You chilling with the vibe. We lit.
I'm here. You know I'm here. This amazing podcast, The Vibe.
What's good, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good night. This is Mike the B from All the Vibes. If you're returning to Volume 2, man, we love y'all. Appreciate the support. If you're new, we love y'all too. A hip-hop podcast based around black culture, black music, black sports, black fashion, everything black. And highlight some artists you might not even know about. Volume 2 is going up. It's going crazy. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. This is Quarantine Series, Volume 2, All the Vibes. We're back at it again. My name is Michael B. Some people call me Mike. Not too sure how many.
What up, guys? It's your girl YB, also known as Your Fly Eyes T.
Were you second guessing that?
I kind of was a little bit. Sometimes I want to change my name.
Are you not flying?
You're two seasons in.
Yeah. I don't know. It's too late.
Almost three.
You're not flying no more?
I'm chill.
It's your man, cameraman Chris.
You own it then. Own that cameraman title.
Hey, it's DJ. P Swag. Too cool for school, big and back boo, you dig?
That was great.
I don't know about that one.
Well, you know who like I am. Married. And if you don't, I'm married.
So before we get started, every time I come here, I just think about this every time. Every week I do this. I think we all do. We all look at bank accounts that we all have, and we sometimes wonder what it would look like if we all had $1 million. There's some people out there listening to this know that. You know what I mean? So if you want to follow us and donate, there's a couple places you can follow us to keep tabs on us. First of all, for you donators only. This is for y'all. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. All the Vibes with 2 underscores behind it on Twitter. 2 underscores. All the Vibes on Instagram. All the Vibes on Soundcloud. All the Vibes on YouTube. All the Vibes on Apple Podcasts. All the Vibes on Patreon, which is geared towards y'all. That's where y'all can donate. I think the minimum was like $30. We didn't make that up. That might be a Patreon thing. I don't know. So there's that part. So seeing as this quarantine is still going, and honestly it hasn't been that bad, I quite enjoyed it actually.
Indeed.
As far as let me not say that sounds bad. As far as being at home and having this time, it hasn't been too bad. But we come into this week through, we've done Drake's album, we've done Travis Scott's albums, and we come into Kendrick Lamar's albums in this week 3 quarantine series. So before we get started, I have to tell you that we left off overly dedicated. So we'll start with section 80 and work up just because it's early and there's the relevance of the early project compared to these other 5 projects is just different. So we started at section 8 and worked our way up. And we're here with one of the goats. So with that being said, I am here, Jada Pickett-Smith today, and I'll be guiding this tour in this long journey that we have.
There's no red table right here.
We don't need a red table, this is a brown table.
Round table talk.
Round table talk.
Red cup talk.
I don't even feel like we can
Only
say
2
that.
people have red cups.
Actually 3.
Where's your red cup?
Me 3.
I didn't see
Don't
his
worry
red
about
cup.
what's in my cup. I have the finance.
Oh my God.
Did you steal it? I thought you did it on purpose.
Yeah, obviously that
All
carpet,
right.
that carpet made out of Sherpa.
So today's time is
Just spill shit on it.
Shouts out to the people that knew who that was.
listen, y'all.
Oh.
So let's just, I don't know, I just feel like let's start with Britt, start with you today. Let's just run down your top. Just go from the top to the bottom. Rank them.
Top to bottom, not bottom to top.
All right, go from your worst to your best.
All right, coming smack. Okay, first of all, this is very close. Everything is high quality. If I can give you all, everything is a 10 all around, but that's not realistic. Okay, so.
Don't look too close.
Do not look close.
Well, y'all mind y'all business.
You don't look close
Okay.
at all.
Coming in last place is section 80. This is the base of this foundation. Y'all may not agree with me. It don't matter. I need y'all to mind y'all business.
I'll just read.
Okay, here.
My bad.
Coming in at number
Nice.
4 is entitled Unmastered. Number 3 is Good Kid, Mad City. Number 2, did you guess it? I don't know. Is Damn. And the number 1, my favorite rap album of all time. I just said that. Yeah, I said that. Is To Pimp a Butterfly. With the perfect score. So
That's a big extreme. We won't come
I
back.
don't care.
We won't come
I
back
don't
to you.
care.
We won't come back to
Titties
you.
all around.
Bree, you gave us all this. Okay, we'll come back to that. P, what you got?
All right.
Top
So
to bottom. Bottom to top.
coming in at the bottom, Untitled, Unmastered. Coming in at number 4, I've got Section 80. Coming in at number 3, Pimp a Butterfly. Coming in at number 2.
No, I knew what your list was gonna look like. I did. So I'm not
Go ahead, bro.
Damn.
Oh, I guess I didn't know what your list was gonna look like.
Coming in at number 1, Good Kid, man.
I thought you was gonna have down at number 1.
Well, this one
I did.
It was
We got
close. It
some
was top
shockers
3.
here.
Didn't see that coming.
But I like. We'll come back. So let's consistent.
Let's go. Man, this is what you got.
All right. So I have 2 of mine tied for last, and that's going to be Section 80 and Untitled. Then for 3rd place, I have Damn. For 2nd place, I have To Pimp a Butterfly, and for 1st place, I have Good Kids.
Yeah.
What was that? All right.
What was the input?
Oh no, I don't agree with you.
Well, not that I figured you did, but you said yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it was more so just a response.
Okay.
No.
Chris, what you got?
All right, so shoot from the bottom to the top.
Bottom top.
All right, so the bottom I got Untitled Unmastered as my last selection. At number 4, I have Section 80. At number 3, I have Down. And a closer than I thought it was going to be. A close to. We can miss Good Kid, Mad City, and then at 1 by a distinguished margin, I have To Pimp a Butterfly.
Cool. I have the same list. I don't think I was just close though. Well, To Pimp a Butterfly is pretty spread out. No, it's the exact same. Good Kid, Mad City, and Damn were close enough though.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
But Section 80 was right behind. Like, there was none that was super, super far off, except for Untitled Unmastered, but that just happened to be just because of circumstance of what it was. So I have to read this off again. All right, I'm gonna read mine. Last, Untitled Unmastered, then Section 80, then Damn, then Good Kid, Mad City, Pimp a Butterflies at the top. All right, good. Now we got that out the way.
Yeah.
So let's dive into it. I feel like we're gonna dive into it for real because I would never say somebody's list is wrong, but you know, some lists are swayed. So let's just get straight into it. Let's start from the bottom because I don't think, unlike the other two, well, kind of like the other two, even though one's last doesn't mean that this isn't a good body of work. I think all of us had. Well, did everybody have Untitled last? Who didn't have Untitled last?
I had Untitled last year.
Okay, Bree, go ahead. Why? What do you have
That's
last?
crazy because you were talking a bunch of reckless shit before.
Section 80 as last. I said Untitled Unmastered was rated higher on versatility and production for me. So.
Mine was hard.
Huh?
I had 6 and 8 tied.
Are you at the top?
I couldn't give Untitled Unmastered the nod over like the versatility and production just because it wasn't
Throwaways.
it wasn't like full. Like you know what I mean? Like it wasn't
I'm not
cohesive.
saying production as far as like a conceptual thing. I'm saying like it's to how it sounded. Like
I mean,
each song individually, I like the production.
But for me, I feel like production it also has to flow as well. Like the production flows as the project goes, and like they're like the songs, basically besides I guess probably 2, 3, and 7, they're like just random pluckings. Where I feel like Section 80 is still very cohesive. It flows. They go together.
Relax now. Don't get upset.
But yes, I just couldn't give it a lot of points on certain things just because it wasn't. I just didn't view it as like, like a complete thing. And even like Kendrick even said like,
Delicious.
a lot of them songs were supposed to be on Pimp a Butterfly. A lot of them just didn't make it out of like licenses and like deadlines and stuff like that.
That shit crazy. A lot of people I'm forgetting about that shit, like getting shit cleared. I know I seen like even kind of random in the Travis documentary, he was waiting for Drake to send that shit back and get it cleared right up to the last day. Right. Yeah.
A lot of people they be having to leave off a lot of songs that they want to put on there just from that.
Clearance and things like that. You can't make it for the time. That shit crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So going from Untitled Unmastered, I guess I could speak on a little bit first because I want to say this came out in 16. I want to say it might have been. Was it a part of summer 16? Like fleet of tapes that just came out. I think it was.
It was
Mhm.
16, I believe.
I was like, we got attacked with good at music in 2016.
Yes,
And
it was a great year.
I remember listening to it.
That was a great 3-year stretch. At 14 to 16.
It was a
I
very.
would say 14 to 17. 17 was not terrible. 16 was just so peak. It was just such a peak that
It was.
if we removed 16 and went straight to 17, it was still that. Okay, anyways. Untitled Unmastered for me is just like to hear some of the songs I already heard just off of like performances on TV from Kendrick.
Right.
But like to hear shit that got left off, but to know that the shit that got left off was still like great.
No, for sure.
It elevated to me. I just couldn't put it over, like you said, whole conceptual tape for anything. So anything that I had to think that I thought of, at least with the way I think of these things, which most of this has to do with like conceptual things, it just doesn't have a place above, that's not how I play. So, like I said, I'm not saying it was wrong.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was just it was cool. Like it was a cool project, but when you put them up next to like the other ones, for me, it just didn't. The weighing in was just
It just doesn't feel. It don't feel right to
Yeah.
put that above something that he worked on as a whole.
right.
You know what I mean?
Like,
Like
this was like a greatest hits, and all they just hit like that.
that's what I'm saying. Like, and like I like a lot. Like I like all of the songs, but I'm not in love with all of the songs. You know what I mean? Like there's some of them where I definitely will skip.
That's deep. Like, poetry, what you just said. Was real.
I also say even though I did that was like based on the criteria. I'm not trying to like.
Oh,
No, it's not bad.
back-
No, back at all. It's not bad though.
It's like based on the criteria. That's how I examine it. Versus like if you were to ask me just off the top of my head, I would have probably ranked Section 80 above. But because I think it does have like more versatility than Section 80, because Section 80 has a little bit like more traditional like rap songs.
Yeah.
So I think versatility as far as that is above it. And then like I just said, like it has more traditional rap songs, so production sounds better to me. And since To Pimp a Butterfly is my favorite fucking rap album, and it's throwaways from To Pimp a Butterfly, that's probably why. Like,
By
for me.
association, they're hot. Five.
Yeah.
Five. Cool. So, anybody else have anything to say on this Untitled Unmastered? No?
I was pleasantly surprised when it came out.
Me too.
It was like one of the surprises.
It was like, if you're reading this too late, it's kind of like, we just got it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Good point, Chris. Good point. All right, so next up, damn, I guess did everybody have Section 80?
I had it 4.
4? What you have at? Todd? What you have at? 5. Okay, so this is like next. So Section 80, we come a couple years earlier. This is like, we had to still be in high school, so this is 2000 something.
It's like 2011.
20 or something. Yeah.
2011.
Around that time. Section 80 comes out. Well, first of all, I didn't hear Section 80 until after I heard Good Kid, Mad City.
Same.
For me, Good Kid, Mad City made me a Kendrick fan, but Section 80 like made me a real Kendrick fan. Kind of liked it a lot.
It's like I heard the main hits off that.
Yeah.
Off that. So like ADHD, Ronald Reagan, all that stuff. I heard those before.
I hold up and shit. But I also think like I think when we look at like albums and shit, kind of the thing for me is the time frame, because I didn't really become an album conceptual person until I got a little bit older. Like I probably like a senior in high school. I listened to albums. It was more like a single thing because the radio was a lot bigger. So if it wasn't on the radio, I probably wouldn't listen to your whole tape.
Yeah.
So like Section 80 and Good Kid, Mad City was the first time I listened to albums completely through, because like Born Center came out like, isn't that Good Kid, Mad City time? Listen to that whole tape. Like Magna Carta, the Holy Grail album came out like, around the same time. Listen to that whole tape. So this is like when I first listened to albums, I'm like, oh, this bodies are working crazy. So I think that was big for me. That was a big impact. I should have that higher on impact. I'm not gonna go back and change it now. But if it's going off my impact, Section 80 is a lot higher than I think about it. But shoot Negroes think.
I think
Out of respect.
I mean, like going from like his earlier works, like the mixtape was C something, C2, something we called
That's
mixtape,
early.
and then like the first one was overly dedicated, which was cool if you're a Kendrick fan.
Mm-hmm.
But moving on to Section 80, you can like just kind of touch on how we did last week, where it's like Rodeo for Travis kind of established like his sound or how he was gonna rap, And even though Kendrick's album sound a little different, like Section 80 is the first album where I feel like you can firmly say like this is Kendrick, this is his sound, this is like how he's gonna be.
You know where it's going.
Exactly.
You know where it's
what I mean?
going.
So, like, I don't know. I just enjoyed it, man, and I don't know.
That's a good point. 2 for 2 today. 1 or 2 out there, 2 for 2 right now.
It's just hot. And like, just to say what you were saying, I did go back after To Pimp a Butterfly, but I mean, it hit just the same.
It just is, bro. You have anybody else have anything on Section 80 they'd like to add on the relevance, importance,
I mean, for me, I mean,
evidence?
this was probably around the time when I really started listening to Kendrick and like, oh, okay, I see who this guy is now.
I didn't know before.
Yeah,
I didn't know who this man was, but I
know a little bit more now. But no, I mean, that for me, I mean, it was overall, I mean, I enjoyed it as well. I mean, it was just a very good project from him. And it was like, okay, where can you go from here?
I think he really opened the Pandora's box on the potential of storytelling that he could have.
Literally just
He 3 for
Like,
3.
for real, like when I'm thinking about it, like on how his storytelling I have is like Hall of Fame level.
Yeah.
And
Hall of Fame level.
visualize everything.
Hall of Fame
I
level.
feel like this is where it really started to entrench itself. You know what I mean? Like even like the little snippets after and everything, before and after the songs, and like the lyrics, like for like Keisha song, things of that nature. Like it's
It's such a good song.
yeah, like it lets you know like the storyteller that he has the potential to be. So he just built it. He kept going.
Yeah.
That is crazy. He really does have like the ability to like transport you, like even if you like never been to the hood, like you never lived any of that, like
Visualize
you
it.
can visualize it based on his lyrics.
What you get to that good kid?
Can't really see it.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
for
you get to that
sure.
good kid?
This is like the very beginning. This is the base.
We talking teams. But we talking teams. I'm sorry, I'm gonna come with me. That's Drake. All right. So this is where it gets kind of mixed up, kind of confusing, eh? I get to number 3 and it gets
apparently
a little twisted up. Yeah.
So
What y'all got for number? What is y'all number 3?
Good
Pepper
Kid,
Butt-
Mad City.
Pepper Butterfly.
We're all over.
Do you
the
niggas want to talk?
What's yours?
No.
What's your number 3?
my number is damn.
Out of correct,
The right one,
out of a
the
correct
right order.
answer, damn is number 3.
Yep.
Out of a correct order.
Yep.
Good kid. Damn. The
Who-
right
That's
order.
why I'm paused to look at
Who
my
got who got
Because
good kid at number
Who wrote
3?
this down?
You got good kid at number 3.
I did.
She does.
Okay, let me explain.
Defend yourself.
Let me
What are we
explain.
which one are we talking about?
That's what I'm about to say because
Good Kid, Mad City. Let's go network.
all right, we'll go off yours.
It is. I mean, it is chronological.
Good
right now,
Kid,
so.
Mad City. Yeah, that makes sense now. We should have did Section 8 first. Should have went chronological order the whole time. Good point, Bree. Bree's got a point now. 2, Chris 2, Bree 1, Michael 0, Mary 0, P 0.
Lovely.
All right. Go ahead, Bree. Now, why do you have, we don't understand, why do you have Good Kid, Mad City at 3?
Okay.
Let's put it,
So
explain
for
yourself.
me,
Let me put a track list up.
okay. Like I said earlier, it's based on the criteria. This
Oh,
is
she said,
how
I don't really think this, but
I think this, but I also don't think this. This is based on the criteria.
It's at number 3. Well, for me, it's standing out as far as like impact. I had it as like really high on its impact because I feel like this would just like sets. I don't know, for like a lot of rap fans, this album, rap fans, this album is like super duper important. And then if you're a Kendrick fan, it's like really, really important. But yeah, like if somebody never heard like rap or like hip hop, and it's like, what's a good rap album? Like, what's a great rap album? I feel like I would recommend them to like listen to this. But I just think it had a really strong impact on like the hip hop industry and just like rap in general. So it's high up there. Lyrics is really high. But as far as like versatility, I don't think it's more versatile than Damn. It's a Butterfly, and production, I don't think is higher than Damn or It's a Butterfly. So that's where it lost me on those 2.
I have a question.
What?
What would be your list without the criteria?
Well, good question.
Okay, my list would be To Pimp a Butterfly, Good Kid, Mad City, Damn, Section 80, then Untitled.
That's literally the list I had. 32.
I'm trying to follow the rules.
Man, look,
Yeah,
check
okay.
this out, Bree. Because what you've done now,
Everybody about to
what
play
you've
me.
done now is you opened up something that you wasn't prepared to open up at this number
What
3
does that
spot.
mean? Okay.
For the fact that you could, no, I'm just playing. All right, no, for real though, for good, well, somebody else talk first. 'Cause I feel like it's gonna get long winded at the end. Chris, I feel like you should wait.
All right, I'll wait.
You wait.
I really don't want to discuss it because I had
He's in disbelief.
I had Good Kid, Mad City at number 1, and I'm talking about for numerous reasons. Okay, I mean we talking.
He is just pissed. He's pissed off.
I feel like I'm
Pissed
insulting
off.
everybody.
Fucking paper up.
I mean,
Blasphemy.
Well,
You know what? If everybody gonna be long winded, somebody got to go.
I don't know where to start. I mean, it's
That
so
was
much.
it.
You see that video of that nigga that was drinking that Hennessy in the car? He was like, we finna turn this bitch up. He drank it. And he was like, cut the camera. I said, cut the camera, nigga. God damn. He said, I ain't even drink like that. I don't even.
Anyway, what were you saying, bro? Like, why? Now, for you, how do you feel to hear that?
I mean, I
After
don't.
you had it. So
Okay, let me say this. I feel like everybody is going to have their own feelings about it. So kind of my music style and what I like, you know, some of the rap, I'm going to tailor to that more. And that Good Kid, Mad City, that was it for me. That was it for me. Like, I mean, we talking about, you know, backseat freestyle, bitch don't kill my vibe. Like,
Took a right, then a left.
they made it right. One lucky night with the homies. Yeah, that's a number 3 verse.
but I mean,
That's a number 3 line. Nothing. He probably about to catch my first offense with the homies.
Yeah, man.
but nah, I mean, it, Good Kid, Mad City, that was that for me. You know what I'm saying? For somebody else,
Yep.
you know, it might not be that, which is cool.
It's understandable.
That's cool.
Absolutely.
That's cool. I respect it.
Okay, well, you had it. What'd you have it, number 2 or number 3? And 1? Why'd you have it so high?
So when this album came out, like, I just thought it was an impeccable body of work. Like, from
Look
bottom to
good.
finish. I didn't skip.
You gained a point.
But I did not skip a song on this. Like, this is an album I could play back literally any day, all day. I would play it.
Just to touch on that, he really ain't had a skippable album in about 3 hours. About 3 of them things. Mix.
Say the Section 80 really have a skip, brother.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
it had one.
Damn, almost because I don't
Untitled got a
I
skill.
don't like playing Triple X.
And damn, that's good.
You don't like which one?
Triple X. With you two?
I like the second half of that. I like the second half where it's like, I think that's U2 just like singing at the end. I like that. But I don't really like
I
Triple X like
sometimes
that
listen to
either.
that song.
I can understand that. That's a good point.
And,
Well, go ahead.
and I like
My
to put
bad,
a
man.
deluxe version on top of it.
Facts.
Deluxe, he
Mm-hmm.
brought it to
The Jay-Z verse.
Stop, boy.
Even them songs with Dre so hard. It's like 2, 3 of them shits is hard. I know he didn't write it, but them bitches is hard.
Yeah.
Brought it to the top. So I was like, you know what?
Bro, you
After
fucking
that-
kidding me, bro? Are you kidding me?
I'm so sorry.
At the podcast meeting?
Podcast
Hotline Bling?
Oh, is you or me?
I'll go before you, I feel like.
Go ahead, bro.
And then we can just go from there.
I just want to talk.
Well, I remember the senior year, 2012 this is. 2013, we going 2013 really.
We graduated 2012, bro.
Yeah.
It wasn't 2013.
We graduated in 2013, bro.
How
We
did
literally
y'all
graduated in May
I don't know
2013,
anymore.
and then I came here
I forget.
and doing
You're dating us right now. Don't do that.
Anyways, y'all, high school was going on. Me and my boys. What the fuck was our thing? You know what I'm talking about? When niggas had like the
LBC?
LBC. Back in the day, all my niggas, I remember, I want to say it was probably Brandon that probably put me on, was probably one of the first people. All of you or Brandon listened to it, and all of what the fuck is it? Probably Brandon. I think it was. We
I
argued
just
about it.
remember listening to this like during football season.
Football season? Yeah, I think it was Brandon. So I remember listening to it, and we only thing we listened to was like backseat freestyle, listening to the shit that was on the radio with Drake and shit. So we had like 4 songs I knew, and it was all hot. And then this is the first album I listened to fully, and I was like, yeah, I'm an album nigga now. Like this is like this is how big
This is who I am.
bro. Like I don't want to do this, bro. I feel like I can go down a line. If I know it's a lot of songs, but I can probably name the track list probably like off the top of your head. If I knew if you put the songs out and I looked at them for a sec, I could probably go one to the end.
You put it in order.
Like, what's that song? What's the song? It's like 8 minutes. It's 2 parts. It's one of the hardest songs I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, you talk about dying of thirst.
Bro, that shit is fucking
that's
flames.
literally one of my favorites.
Off of that
might be my favorite
song,
Kendrick Lamar song ever.
bro, off of that alone and off of like, there's like 4 songs on here. Let me look. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Everybody pull up your book.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was already on it.
Yeah, real niggas. Don't say me a second. I got this fucking Apple Music is really not that great. It just looks really good.
No, it's not, bro. You can't. You don't have the cue either.
Yeah, it just looks really good. All right.
Sing about me. I'm down to thirst.
Ooh, let's just do it. Shireen, amazing. That's how you open it up. Seeing we have swimming pool, Mad Cities. Oh, it's just so much going on. My favorite song, personally, Money Trees for me. It's just a sound, bro. It just sounds so clean. Like it's just so good to listen to, top to bottom. Like the features make sense. Even Drake's feature makes complete sense.
Yes.
Just a fun fact. The first song when I started doing music, my first song that I did a rap to, it was me and Vito. Was that Poetic Justice. That was the very first time that I touched the studio mic and did a freestyle.
That's crazy. First freestyle I ever did was over Pound Cake in high school.
Yep.
Pound Cake and over some shit off of Watch the Throne. It's whatever Beyonce was on. I think it's called Lift Off. It was really trash. So, Pete's got a point now. I think you all have points. I think Chris is still up with 2. Pretty close. Chris, let's just go ahead and go to you, Chris. About how you feel about such a tape as Good Kid, Mad City.
Okay, so bro, listen. Before he followed up, when this came out, it had instant classic all over it. Like it's kind of like in sports. When somebody's gonna be that person, they're a superstar, they're a Pantheon great, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Cantley, you knew. Mike Cantley, you knew.
Mm-hmm.
You dropped Good Kid, Mad City, you knew.
Yeah.
This is no, for real.
Niggas don't get elevated to the top that quick.
Right.
Well,
when
I'm
he
not
dropped
saying
this,
that
it was
quick,
like,
but that was so fast.
It was
Like,
very fast.
Like he got respect from everybody. Like even the OGs coming out saying like, damn.
This is like to Take Care too, and this was like
Yes.
This is above that. Like Take Care,
Oh, for real.
we all know how to Take Care is.
Take Care is a great album.
Yeah.
And it's his classic. Good Kid, Mad City is a classic.
Yeah.
Like, that's the difference.
Yeah.
And
got
it's
3
just
points.
like,
He's dominating right now.
Goodness.
Get y'all points up, niggas. I'm
Yeah, bro,
like
like,
Jada
listen,
Pinkett. I don't
man.
need points.
I just think that
Yeah.
the storytelling that he was able to tell, not only was it so relatable on so many levels, like he touched on so many different aspects of his life. So while living where he was at, it's like everybody could relate to it. And the shit was just
grounded.
hot.
It's very grounded out.
Yeah.
That's the word.
The shit was just hot. It flowed amazingly. Like the outtakes was perfect.
Yep.
Like, oh,
It's just like, and like even like the
and then
interludes, if you want to call them that.
Right.
and Sing About Me is just like 8 minutes of fucking pure heat.
So flames.
Like,
It's
bro,
so
like
flames.
he would like while he's rapping in the song, he's literally switching perspectives. And he goes to like a sex worker, and he goes from like her perspective and things like that nature, bro. Like he even bridges songs from previous albums. He's literally bridging like Keisha's song into Sing About Me. Shit is fucking
It's fucking flames, bro.
ludicrous, bro.
I'm telling you,
No, he's amazing.
fucking flames, bro. Like
And
it's just a little shit that makes it even better, like the voicemails, like with his mom, and like even when he's like going to surround, like, hey, you here for rain, homie?
man, I don't care where you
at. I don't care where you from. Where your grandma stay, where your mama stay, and where your daddy stay.
Man, get it up out the car.
Get up out this motherfucker before I pull you out this motherfucker, homie.
Bro, it's just like,
That shit right there gets you.
Yeah, all right.
man,
He said, "Yes, right."
Look it up. You're cute.
like, I watched like an interview actually pretty recently about him, and he was just talking about how he felt about if he was the GOAT or if he was the greatest. And the way he answered, it just speaks so much in his work, where he was like, you know, growing up and I saw these guys rapping, I didn't want to just make a rap. I didn't want to just make a hook. I didn't want to just make a bridge. I wanted to do all these things at a high level, and I want to continue doing it at a high level. And it's just like, speaking on what you said, it's that attention to detail, really, in my mind, that just makes his work so fucking great. It's just incredible.
Bro.
Yeah.
I just thought about this. Should we have included that Black Panther album?
No, I looked at it.
All right, cool.
Because it's not just him either, though.
Yeah.
Right,
He's like the
He's the man. It's like him and like I feel like it's him and SZA the main people. feel like Apple Music is sad.
Maybe. I ain't know. I haven't looked at it in a while.
Yeah.
It was mainly him, but he's not even on all the songs. So
let me say this too, going off of this. I feel like for just lyrics, as far as touching on lyrics only, and I have this said too behind Spin Butterfly for reasons that make sense. I've never listened to an album, I don't think, to the point where I listen to it and like not only is it vivid, but I feel like I'm sitting with this nigga. Like if I was in the car, like if I was in the passenger seat, niggas pulled up talking about, "Are you here for surround?" I'm like panic. I'm like, "Nigga, what you going?" Like, well, what the fuck is we over here for? Or like we told that nigga, even when it was like that one, it's just funny. He was like, "I got a mood too." He was like, "Man, shut your ass up. You ain't got no mood." Like that sounds like some shit you would really say with your niggas. That shit made it so like relatable, even though it's not. That was hard.
Experiencing it.
Yeah.
It's just so. It's just grounded. Is such a good word.
He captured his coming of age story.
Yeah.
Perfectly.
Great mental visuals.
I wonder how long it took him to write that. I've always wanted to know like how long people have held on to songs and how it fits. Because people hold on to songs they can put on an album that now like they've had for like 3 years and it just makes sense now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that shit kind of crazy. Anybody else have anything on Good Kid, Mad City? So it can get long-winded.
That Mini Man is iconic.
Yeah.
Even Dr. Man, I ain't talking about the features. We ain't talking about the features that breathe on it. Because you get two
Perfect
Dre's, you get if you go straight to the Deluxe, you got Jay. Oh, this is a nigga that's so hard.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
god.
a perfect one.
That verse was hard. I don't even know what song that was. What song was that?
Mad City.
Yeah, that shit was ridiculous.
It was the second part of it. I just want to say, I just want to say that it was really good for hip hop in the sense that it brought West Coast rap back to the forefront. You know what I mean? Like, Good Kid, Mad City is definitely West Coast rap, especially heavily influenced too. So,
You don't even stupid. Yeah, you bring that West Coast sound back to the prime form. Right. You know what I'm saying?
There was not to say that he was the only, because there was people doing like The Game, been cold for
the
a while.
Game, even while I give YG more credit than niggas give him too. Like it just depends what avenue you come up in the West Coast. I feel like we listen to so many niggas up the West Coast that are from like the same maybe general area. But you break down to like where they're actually from, and the sounds are different. It's crazy they can be in the same area, but the sounds be like really different. That shit hard. Real nigga talk about Kendrick Lamar. So we go on from there. We come to whatever the fucking year was, 2015. 2015.
Oh man.
2015. We wake up one morning. 2015. I remember this very vividly when I woke up. I remember this like it was.
We listened to it in Blair Shannon.
I listened to it.
I don't know if he was there.
My girlfriend at the time. I listened to it, and I took a shower for like 40 minutes. I listened to that.
Running water.
Yeah, it got like lukewarm, but it was like it was great. It was in the dorms, bro. It was in like Monroe.
Oh yeah, I had hot water then. It didn't run out.
No, I wasn't long enough for that shit to definitely get lukewarm. Maybe it's because I was in there so long. But I waited up to it drop, and then I just to it. And that shit was fucking flames off one listen. Like you get like 3 in, you get to whatever these walls come on, and I knew immediately. I was like, okay, this is crazy. Elevator's number one. So I guess I'll go first on that. I really don't have too much to say about it. I want to hear what y'all have to say about it. For me, it's hard for niggas to come back off second albums and top it. Especially when your first album was like that. Like, only people I can think on my head that did it is like Kanye's done it, Drake's done it. If you want to come out to the same people, even that's kind of controversial for some people. Kendrick does it. Cole does it. If you're going from Born Center like a Forest Hills, is for a second album. This is that, but this is different. This is like that shit. I don't know. This is one of the four. I can't listen to the songs by themselves, not because of replay value, but if I'm listening to one, I might just run the whole thing.
Yeah.
It just makes complete sense. Like, listen to it outside of context is good, but listen to it in context. It's fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
That's a good point.
It's so ridiculous,
I
man.
mean, when you listen to it, you feel like you got to start.
You have to. It's not a bad thing.
You just let it
And
run
if
through
you
it.
miss anything, it's like you're missing a piece of the story.
Yeah, it's a whole like it's just y'all talk about it, man. Y'all rap about it. I'm just saying to think about it.
I just want to start with this.
Look, I didn't hear it.
When he first dropped with the first 2 singles, he dropped Outright was the first one. I Love Myself. And
I forgot about that.
yeah, and I didn't know where the album was going. I didn't even know if that song was going to be on the album. But I mean, I liked it.
Was that the only one?
No,
just
it
one.
wasn't.
So I dropped 2.
I think he dropped 2. He might have dropped 3.
It's the Black of the Berry came out.
Yeah, that's one.
Oh my bad.
So after that, he dropped Black of the Berry, and that shit was just so. What's the word I want to use? Intense.
What Leonardo DiCaprio say in Django? Niggas had his some.
What?
Now you have my attention. You have my nigga, you have my curiosity.
Now you have my.
Then Black of the Berry came on with
But that shit was
Now you
just,
have my
bro, that shit was so intense, and it kind of made me think of a direction that the album was gonna go. They completely didn't, and it was a pleasant surprise. I thought the whole album was gonna be more on that, more aggressive, and it didn't end up being that way. But I feel like I was so pleasantly surprised by what it was that I really forgot my, I guess, preconceived notions.
Fire.
It's amazing. I'm gonna come back up.
Somebody else.
I mean, I don't have too much to say about it. I mean, I did enjoy it a whole lot. But I mean, you know, for me, that's why I kind of feel right there in the middle for me, because it was cool. I really did enjoy it. But once again, having some of those other projects out, it just they all great. They all is amazing, you know. So that's all I got to say on it.
I didn't know if you were saying something. I know Bree was saying something. It was being weird.
Say, so
Yeah, Bree, what you got to say? This is your flyers auntie, aka Bree. She's on the mic. Go ahead, Bree.
Hi guys. So this came out my senior year of high school. I will never forget listening to it in one of my friends' cars. Y'all don't know this, but I was in band for like 7 years. So I have
Were you really?
Yes.
One band, one sound.
What you play?
The clarinet.
One band, one
major
sound.
for a semester.
Oh,
Anyways.
That's hard. Can you still play? That's so hard. That's hard.
you gotta be able to.
Definitely hard.
I'm pretty sure I could read like basic music. This is not the point.
My bad. We got
Okay.
waiting on it.
Anyways. So for me, it's not like as a musician, I have so much respect for the sound of this and like the jazz influence. And I really just feel like this is like super duper like groundbreaking as far as the sound of hip hop. But I really, really appreciated like the jazz influence in this so much as a musician. Like I had so much respect. Like everything, just like as a listener, was just like amazing, like top tier for me. And the experience that you like go through while listening to this is crazy, like insane. Conceptually, this album is perfect to me. Like, it's perfect in the storytelling ability. It's perfect in the sound. It's perfect in the lyrics. The fucking interview with Tupac, how? Don't fucking know how you did it. Like, it was so well thought out. Like, I've never heard any shit like this to this level. This shit, it went crazy.
She is a fan. Are you still a fan? Is that the end? That shit's ridiculous.
Man.
Oh my god, that shit's
Mortal
beautiful.
Man.
You know what I thought about when you just said that jazz? There's only two people I think of. I had like niggas that have like almost bashed that. It's like him and Todd Perry, because he's done it too. Like when I listen to shit like that, that musical sound is like so like soothing. Well, more like Todd Perry, like newer shit, like off like Flower Boy and things like that.
Flower Boy
and Igor and even like the end of Cherry Bomb. Like second half of Cherry Bomb is beautifully put together. I don't care what nobody. Bro, that shit is. You gotta go back and listen to it. You get to like number 6 to like the last.
Back so many times,
bro.
Different episode.
Yeah, different episode. Anyways, but like, you don't hear too many people, especially in the rap game, that only have that almost live band sound, but it's so well just done.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's so important in pushing the sophistication of hip hop and like elevating the genre as a whole. Like it's
you got 2 points.
Yeah,
right
you got 2 points for that one.
I think Bree's up. No, it's 3-3. You guys got 3.
okay.
I got 5 points.
But no.
Are you kidding me?
But yeah, like it literally just like elevated like the genre as a whole, because it showed that rap can be like more than like cat in the hat, like basic rap. Like it can be sophisticated as well. You can mix like stuff like contemporary, jazz, like a whole bunch of different like classical. Like you could literally mix like any sound into it. So it was really just like super duper like fucking innovative. And it's just timeless for me. Like my kids are gonna have to listen to this
Saturday mornings.
Like
it's gonna be different, playing different.
They're gonna know this. Like when we have a conversation about hip hop in the future, this will be in the conversation. 50 years from now, this will be in the conversation. It's important. It's super important.
So just touching off what you said, I definitely agree that it served to push like the boundaries of hip hop, but not in a way that nobody's done it.
Oh, I'm not gonna say
before.
that.
But my whole point of it is that one, you compare Tyler, but he made a literal rap album. There's no debate on what type of album this is. Igor really not really
even
a rap album.
Flyboy you can consider not technical.
Yeah, it's not like.
But that sound, I was going off the sound of it. Like,
my whole point is like he made a rap album using jazz and funk, and it worked wildly.
I'm playing these walls in my head the whole time.
And then the second one is that he was able to push these boundaries in a way that was still consumable to general casual listener. Yep. That's the main thing. There's a lot of artists that try to push the boundaries and try to do this and that, and they might appeal to their core fans, but it might not reach the audiences that this did. That's why I feel like I'm so impressed with it, because it was so authentic and yet it was still so easy to digest. Easy to listen to, easy to relate to, easy to invoke some type of emotion.
Okay, these walls are so hard. I just played the whole song in my head. The different perspectives on it in that one song.
It's just, man.
And I don't even know how many real features on there. Is there any actual features? Like
Snoop Dogg's on there.
Yeah, then that's like really a chord. Not even, I don't know if you're gonna call it a chorus. Does he have a full verse?
I feel like he gives like a kind of a chorus, and then I think he give like a verse, or like 8 to 16. Or does
I don't think it's that much, bro. I think it's real quick.
He said, on the Muggsy Wozy.
That's all he said. He said it like twice.
It's really dramatic.
But like to have an album, especially with this much, and it's just like you. This goes back to like how I feel about Cole and how he does his albums, and how it's more so just him. And the fucking elevation.
Yeah, I don't want to say that he doesn't have features though. He has.
Who's on there? Like Bilal's on there,
yeah, he's singing.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say
that. Is Anderson Paak on there?
No, but that could be a lethal combination.
I feel like I just heard, like in my head, I just heard him as like making like a background vocalist or something. I don't know. I will say, at the same time, this is the only I don't think I listened to that made me. I could think about it afterwards and be stuck in my own thoughts about it. But it's just so in depth. It's just a good think piece. Like and when they do like hip hop class, like 20 years from now, this will be on like one of the tops.
No,
listen to this. I need to like write something about it. I need you to write what you felt from it. That type of thing.
I wrote a 10-page paper in my mass media class about this album.
Dang.
I'm pretty sure it makes sense to do such. It makes sense to do such. We already went past damn, didn't we? Did we dive into that?
No, we didn't.
Cool. Anything else on Supreme Butterfly?
I think Chris.
I'm not trying to stop. I was just thinking.
Yeah, I feel you. I just want to touch on how much a dollar costs. That's like my favorite song on the album.
Let me go back to the track list.
It's like
let's just dive into it.
But really, honest talk, like 2015 was a great year. It's like I just learned it was so good. Like this makes it.
That's two songs.
The social experiment.
Politics.
Goodness gracious.
Questions flows. You ain't got a lot of kicking, my nigga.
So I said,
you ain't got a lot.
It's a crazy
time.
A lot of kicking in there.
It's complicated.
Never use complicated.
That's
Never use
like an
complicated.
argument.
Never use
When
complicated.
Staples drop shit, like it was just all a good time, man. And that was the first time to like spring.
That's summer.
You know, I'm gonna throw this out. This is for a side piece. Y'all should go look at this. This nigga's name is Big Quinn. You know what Big Quinn is? No. He's a YouTube nigga. I used to watch YouTube reviews for this nigga in like high school before I listened to the album. Because he would do like, if it came out today, he would have it up tomorrow. And he was talking about, you gotta just listen to him review this album when he first heard, like, what's the song? Is it Complicated? That was called? And he was like talking about how like, I mean, maybe but he was like, he could feel like if he was a drunk person, he was sitting there thinking his own thoughts.
Yeah, no, that
and he just felt like he loved like
that's like my favorite verse.
Yeah.
Like,
wow.
Favorite thing that I've ever heard like a rapper do.
You should watch that. You probably fuck with it. He's dope. Yeah. Like all his own album, like so going from Pimp Butterfly, we're at a peak here. Clearly, we've reached the peak. We don't think this nigga can do any better. At least me personally, I was like, wow. Well, let me not say that. Actually, I did think the nigga can do better. He's one of the few people I probably thought that about. You didn't? So we fast forward. It's like 2017. We were still in Aspen, I think. I remember listening to it. Ryan, we was all in that living room. Yeah. Damn comes out 2017. What's the first question is, after To Pimp a Butterfly, what were your first thoughts on Damn as a follow-up to that tape? Was it like a disappointment feel? Was it like, oh, this is still...
Definitely wasn't a disappointment feel. I knew, even off the singles, that
Skip what? We already did.
We didn't.
We did.
No,
we did.
We did. We
did.
fucked up early
We did
because
first.
instead of going in just
Oh,
year order, we
yeah.
went in
Title of this
yeah.
section,
Okay.
then we went in chronological. But just by like the singles that he was dropping off of Humble, DNA, you could tell it wasn't gonna be the same thing. It was a different sound. You could tell it was gonna be more along. It's not even really comparable to Good Kid, Mad City, but just more along the lines of that type of production. It's definitely like, as far as sonically, it's probably the most sonically pleasing. Got that term from somebody.
I think I got damn the number
It
one
makes
versatility, but that's it. I got damn the number one versatility. I don't remember why.
I got it. I got it too.
I got it
I
at 2.
have it too.
I have it at 2 as well.
I just couldn't, for versatility, I couldn't put it past Pimp Butterfly purely because he was able to make a rap album using jazz and funk and have commercial success. And like, that's.
I think that's what Damn did.
That's as versatile as it gets. What?
Commercial success.
Huh?
I feel like Damn has commercial success. Like it reaches, like it's easily able to be digested for a wide range of like people. Or like the hits on it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he can. I think honestly, on all of his albums, his singles definitely do that. Like from All Right to Drink on Good Kid, Mad City, I think his singles can always drive because I feel like it's all easy to digest. I feel like,
but I think this one has had a lot.
That's fair, and that might be. I think with this album, it's more of a abstract view. As far as on like concept and storytelling, it's more abstract. It's not literally like like a concrete story like Good Kid, Mad City, where it's like a scenario or a storyline. It's more of
just a generalized,
like a concept. Like
it's just like
love, lust, God. Like those are it's just more general abstract concepts. But when they put them together with the album, it goes together. And afterwards, hearing that I could play the shit backwards and it would still go the right way.
That's nuts. Yeah, you can play it backwards. That's just crazy, and it makes sense back to the front.
Starts from Duckworth rewinds it.
That's just crazy.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
No, disrespectful to his other artists. He was like, actually, you play it backwards like a different album, same songs, but regular niggas can do it, so I did it. I can't remember if it's like the better ways is to from top to bottom, but then backwards like you would end up losing them at the end.
God is after Duckworth, correct?
Yeah.
Because after God, I think he mentions all of the songs afterwards and it goes in order.
Yeah, and
like
then
My DNA, Love, Lost, Lust, Humbleness, something like that.
Then like if you play from Duckworth to the first one, then you would it's almost like he would have died at the end. Yeah. But from this you go through. Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I forgot about that. They even said that. That's crazy. What a great album. Kendrick just does his thing, man. I feel like it's 2020 now. I feel like we're due for one. And the good thing is, I kind of like the feeling of I don't know where it's going. I think with certain artists, I like that feeling.
I already thought this before there was a report about it. I don't know how true it is, but I already thought he was going to go with like a heavier rock influence, and then we got a report.
Oh yeah, it did say that. They said that, didn't it?
Rock. And
it was like a year ago or something like that. I seen that. It's been a little minute.
It definitely makes sense. It's just like I feel like some of the songs that have like some rock on it is like Humble, Black and Bear. I feel like those have rock.
It depends which way a rock you going to, because rock has different. You got like that soft rock, you got like that off, like that hard rock. You got like a Tame Impala if you include them.
Different variations.
I think it's gonna be hard. I think the sound may just be something. I feel like he should tap in with that Tame Impala nigga. I don't know what his name is. The main dude that like Travis gonna be working with, but that man has just the ability to create a sound that fits a rapper for what you're looking for. I don't know, man. That'll be fun to see. That'll be fun to see.
I also had
Ambiance. You want to point for that? Probably not.
I also had Damn very high on Impact though.
Spell it. Come on, spell it. You got a point. Congrats. What were you saying, bro? I'm trying to decide if she deserved a point or not, but I gave it to her. She spelled it right, so.
You spelled Ambiance right? Yeah. I don't know how to spell that word.
I just wanted to hear her spell it. I know how to spell it.
A-M-B question mark.
You got pretty far. ain't that many letters left. We can do positive elimination or otherwise. We know it's not a U or a V or a M after the A and B, so I'm be honest, go I.
You lost me.
After the A is A-M-B-I-A-N-C-E, ain't it?
Yeah.
I
A and B, B. Now I'm B, A and B E just looks ugly.
I got Google.
You know what I'm saying?
Doesn't matter.
Like A and B E, A and C E
Google
looks
and
ugly.
spell check. It does not matter.
A and B I A and C E looks like clean.
Pete,
Go ahead.
what's the correct?
That is the correct way to spell it.
I think she deserves a point.
I gave a point off it, you know.
She gets two D's.
Whoa.
Anyways, I definitely spelled it right.
Chris, what were you saying?
Chris definitely spelled it right until interrupted him.
I was just saying I had for Damn. I thought the impact was really high. It was high for me because of like I guess the attention and attention that it garnered because it was the first rap album to win a.
Did you have it at 1?
I did 2.
I had it too.
I only had it at 2 because I personally think
Yeah, I put it.
I go back and forth between having Pimp a Butterfly, the greatest rap album of all time. For me, it's like that and Illmatic. Illmatic is probably still there.
You want to be real? I just Illmatic the full first way through last week, and I could see why it could be quickly in niggas top 3
because
ever.
You heard all these classic beats that you forgot where it came
and I
from.
didn't know it was Nas and shit. Yeah, yeah. But then there's a video on Twitter where that nigga was like rubbing his face, and it quickly left my top 3 based off that video. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
You seen that Nas video? Like that Nas video, he was rapping. That nigga's like caressing his face on the stage.
I didn't do nothing.
Take my top 3.
Get them off.
I'm just playing. No, I never listened like or still like none of that. Nah, that shit was hard.
What the hell?
I don't know. That was weird.
I can't be the only person that saw that.
No, I saw it
What'd
too.
you see?
But okay, the TV just flashed. Oh,
I was just trying to be a part of the conversation. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
For me, I think Damn is if he had an album that was not made but was skewed to where the population of like radios could pick it, this is it. Like, but it's effortlessly done. That's how I feel about. I feel the same about Forest Hills. It's like some of those shit you can pull from, like you got early like Cole, like when we did like Still Mary J. Blige, you can see this shit's probably made for the radio.
Mm-hmm.
But then these are like they just happen to be able to fit on the radio. If you pull them, these would do what you want to on the radio.
What do you think is like the main reason for that? The 2 examples you list, I think, is really just a slight shift in like production value.
That's all it is.
I really, honestly,
and it's just what's appealing to the majority of the ear. Because for black people, like I feel like with black people, we can have albums that we all know that radio-wise probably didn't do much anything. Right. But if you're looking for a total consensus, like for example, like Meg, that what she got with Beyonce. Savage is big because like TikToks, but now you got Beyonce on it. Mm-hmm. The scale it's gonna touch now has gone big global. Like it's global now.
Yeah.
It just depends on who it is. So like this was something I could listen to and I could go hang out with like my white coworkers or something and they'll play Damn and I could pretty much run it and they'll know majority. Mm-hmm. Compared if I played Pimp a Butterfly, they probably can only give me that's it. And all right, that's it. They're gonna be like, oh, I didn't hear this. Oh, they heard it. Good Kid, Mad City count there too. A lot of people know Good Kid, Mad City, but that's just because it is.
Them singles pushed it.
Yeah,
hard.
Yeah. You put Drake on there, Pete Drake. You got Drake coming up. You got a Jack. Well, that's the.
I never forget what fella said. He said Drake put Kendrick Lamar on. I never forget.
I agree with that. This is why I say this. I say it for a different reason though, because when he did that, when that nigga went on a Club Paradise tour, it was him, Kendrick, and ASAP. Rocky on the tour. I had never heard of ASAP or Kendrick in my life.
Kendrick was already well known.
When Kendrick go on a tour, he was doing it was a Good Kid, Matt. This is Take Care tour was 2011 or 2012, 2013. I remember he came out in
20. Bro, if it came out in 2013, that means Good Kid, Mad City was already out.
Yeah, but I'm talking about when I say put him on, I don't mean this nigga like found him out of like the bottom of the barrel, but this nigga took him on.
You say he elevated?
Yeah, I'm saying he took him on a that Take Care tour is like it's a big ass tour to take this nigga on. That's all I'm saying.
What I'm saying,
it plays a big part.
Already on astronomical trajectory, and Drake, I was not stopping him. I don't like he was going there no matter what at the same point in time. It's very true. I'm not saying this nigga like took this. Like I just feel like when you hear this nigga put this nigga on, it's like oh this nigga found this nigga like Amigos. I feel like Drake put Amigos on too, but it's two different ways though. He put Amigos on.
Two different ways.
He put ASAP on. Like I consider those more.
How do you consider him putting ASAP on?
ASAP was less
because
was lesser known at that time.
I don't think ASAP is on or Drake have besides that one song. Outside of that,
I'm saying, but for that exact reason, you talk about the tour.
That's for Kendrick, same thing.
But by that time, he'd already dropped.
Yeah, I'm not discrediting it. I'm just saying
he was already like
for him to elevate him.
I didn't know who ASAP was before that.
I imagine like at that time Kendrick on the West, like that West Coast, that side he's probably doing that thing. But on this side, like Midwest niggas, I mean, not all of us have been exposed to that at the same time.
But you take the niggas go to a tour, like a lot of white people go to this tour, black people, even black people, they see this nigga Kendrick at the open, which has music that's not really close to what you get from a Drake.
I'm just not a music critic.
I give him some credit, bro. I'm not giving him all the credit, but I mean, there's always artists that help. Like,
He gets enough credit for me.
like for example, like for like a Travis Scott, who would you say put Travis Scott on? If you had to pick, I could put like 3 people that I would say had heavy influence on having him. Like T.I. helped this nigga. Ye helped this nigga out.
Is there any more than T.I. and Ye?
Well, nope, that's 2. And Kendrick's got a couple too, and Drake's up there with him.
It's like Dre.
You said 3. I'll tell you.
Dre's the main one.
Dre is the main.
Dre's the main one, but I said to help elevate the name as far as the global
It's
impact, taking that nigga on tour, I would say Drake helped a little bit.
Bro, it's like Jay and J-Rock.
J-Rock.
Real nigga. Like J-Rock.
He took him on because he was the first one that TDE was pushing.
Yeah.
And he took him everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's where
So fine.
and
Like
Dre obviously.
all it takes is you to go on the right tour with the right person that you happen to fall in line with. And that's really it. Cool. All right, cool, got it. Knocked it out. So we go from there with nothing else after that.
Well, I think we're supposed to be getting an album this year.
Yeah, so do y'all feel like we get an album, bro? Like, y'all feel
Bro, I think so. I really do think so. It goes along. It seems to go like along this timeline. It takes like 2 or 3 years. It's been 3.
I feel like him and Drake always drop around similar times. 2012, take care.
Drake is
Take care of your kid.
He's yearly.
Yeah, but I feel like, well, I think it's kind of weird with Drake now.
Jill.
Go ahead.
I feel like they're dropping.
Who
Did
said
you
that?
get that Panther shit? Which was cool.
Yeah.
When he drop, what's that shit he always drops before the album comes out? Heartbreak.
The
If that, yeah, if that comes out, then it's guaranteed. Which I imagine it comes here.
It is guaranteed.
Yeah,
That is a guarantee.
I'm pretty sure it's
I
coming.
feel like it's TDE's time around. I don't know if SZA.
Ooh, you have a good point.
I think SZA would be after K-Dot, but I think it's just their time around. I feel like Dreamville had their time, and I feel like TDE has been working.
I would think Scissor, like
It's
Isaiah,
coming.
hopefully will come before him. I would think
I
like
hope
Isaiah.
here's the thing.
SZA always take a while.
I don't expect anything from SZA.
Me neither.
When I get it, I'll be extremely excited.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's just unpredictable for me with her. I have no idea. Isaiah, it's been 5 fucking years. And I'm pissed off. Okay.
Isaiah.
Listen.
First name is.
It's crazy because like on his last album, he put a snippet about like a fan complaining like to him like what's taking so long to put out new music, and now he's taking twice as long. It's been 5 years. It's been 5 years, bro. Half a decade. Right. Half a fucking decade.
It's just crazy.
He was 20 the last time.
It took Jay Electronica
the last time he
fucking
dropped.
50 years to drop his tape, and half of it's Jay-Z. I like the tape, but that nigga took for 1987 just dropped this shit just to find out Jay-Z rap first on your tape that you've been working on since 98.
They up though, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, Schoolboy dropped last year. I think is Reason gonna be dropping something soon?
Yeah, he put a video out.
He dropped a song where he was going to a lot of people.
Yeah. I think him, Isaiah, I think we finally got comfortable to say he got an album coming at some point. J-Rock just dropped. When was the last time he dropped? That was probably, 2 years ago now?
Redemption was 2 or 3 years ago.
Was it already been 2 or 3 years?
I think it was 2
So
years.
J-Rock's maybe due for something coming
Sir
up.
just dropped the album last
Sir.
year. So,
Yeah, TD got a good lineup, bro.
That looks
They
great.
have solid. Well,
Is Ab still on there?
there's always somebody that people don't, Zakari's on there.
Like Ab Sauce, he's still on there too?
Absol's still there.
Great, he
He's
has
a great
great
rapper,
features.
but
Great
he's where
features.
he's going.
Yeah.
It's not disrespect. It's just
No, not disrespectful at all. Somebody's just
he got
fit
his
in that
fans,
lane.
and he's not going,
Yeah.
this is that mainstream, but I don't think he wants to necessarily anyway.
I think going off. Let me say this first. Anybody else have anything else to say as far as ranking album or anything of that along that line before I just kind of nip that in the bud right there?
Dispositions.
Sir's a part of TDE.
Yeah.
Sounds angelic.
K-Dot, Schoolboy, Sir, J-Rock,
SZA.
Isaiah, SZA.
Sheesh.
He's like schoolboy.
You know, I think we're really fit with them. I don't think she's on there, but I feel like Rhapsody or somebody would make sense on like a TDE. I don't know why. I've only heard her a couple times, but Rhapsody's hard. Yeah. Zakari's on there too. Yep. Yeah. Have the cold niggas on there. So going forward from there, we kind of did our little thing with that. We didn't spend too much time on that. Probably 5-10 minutes on Kendrick. See what niggas are listening to this week. You know what? This is the perfect day for this because the new music and shit I've been put on this week. I don't think it's just been great. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first because I want to say it first. I've been listening to that new Drake.
Well, fuck.
Yep.
Everybody has.
I ain't had
Everybody's
it.
answer.
I ain't had it. I got like 3 other things.
But you was gonna say that too, fella.
No, I wasn't gonna say it because I figured somebody was gonna say it. But that was guaranteed, so I just didn't even.
Okay. Listen to that new Drake, and it rides. Definitely rides.
Ooh, it rides. Let's go
Yes,
ahead
it
and
does.
look. Ooh, it
It's
rides.
it's smooth, man. Actually, I enjoy it for the most part.
On
you
with
do
the
what you do.
AMG.
You know, I got my
Right outside. TG. Two.
our yearly Drake. You know, so
Yeah, that nigga was
Yeah,
spit. That
it
nigga,
rides.
he's such
It
a
rides.
quotable, right? It's ridiculous.
It is.
At this point, it's just ridiculous. I'm
at
listening
this
to
point,
it,
it's a talent.
bro.
It's a God-given talent for him to just be able to make something.
I've been saying niggas ain't gotta respect. Niggas just gotta accept all day. In my head, fuck you niggas. You ain't gotta respect it, but you gotta accept it, though.
But the Drake effect is real. I'll never forget.
It's so real.
We was at Brandon's house, and hold on, we're going home. It just came out. And Brandon was like, bro, this shit is trash. And I was like, yeah.
But give it,
I said, yeah, give it some time.
give
And
it.
like within like a week, he's bumping that shit.
The
I
last,
thought it was trash. Man, I thought
he's
it was
got it,
too.
bro.
Goddamn.
Drake is a second listen rapper.
It just like
That second listen
just grows on you.
different, quick,
He's like a fucking human Forever 21.
pretty much.
The longer you stay in Forever 21,
Shit
and
is
they
appealing.
playing that music and the little environment they got going on, you might fuck around end up buying something.
Yeah.
You know.
Same.
Hey,
Same.
put the mic
Why
up to
why
you.
you have anxiety in
The
Forever
mic-
21?
You talking over here?
It's too disorganized.
Personally, I don't.
Let it be a sale day. Let it be a sale.
That story.
Well, we only got one section, so we don't really see all that.
Yeah, we got a box.
Right, we got
Go to the box.
Um,
I'm outside with
20 by
20
20.
right outside.
man.
GT. You know, fun fact. I listened another one. Same. I didn't like it at all.
I hear what you say.
First time I listened to Nothing was the same. Didn't like it at all. Second time, favorite album. But when I got past, and they started singing like Furthest Thing and shit. He was just singing a lot. I listened to it a second time. I was like, wow, this is fucking amazing. Side note. That's just a side note. Well, Mary, what do you listen to?
What am I listening to? Listen to Drake. I listen to.
You about to pick something random?
No.
I'll do it. I've done that a couple times.
I'm really not.
If I didn't really have nothing, I'll just look at my phone and just look at my last play and just pick something.
Just throw authenticity under the bus.
Not y'all's. Just
Um,
mine. Just real. I just want to be real with my fans.
I do want to say this about the Drake tape. Cardi, I'm not excited about Cardi.
Fucking terrible.
Everything that he's
God
put out
awful.
or that I've heard is not. Cardi. Everything that I've heard is not like. I'm not blown away.
I got something to say about that.
I also feel like he's giving me very much like Young Thug vibes, like how he raps as of lately. And I don't know if it's just been over time, but like right now, he really sounds like Young Thug.
But he ain't
Even
nowhere
in the
near
video
Thug.
watch, he's not
He's
at all.
nowhere near Thug.
He's not.
Thug is
And I don't know,
artist.
and I don't like the sound necessarily, but I don't hate it. But it's like when I hear the songs or hear even in the verse, I was like, "You sound like you wanted you been hanging out with Thug."
Yeah, we did watch that. What we watched that,
At me video, at me,
and then we watched that concert. It's a concert with Thug, and he was on a trap tour like when the rodeo, not even rodeo, when days before it came out. And if I took the Young Thug video with like 2015, and took the Cardi video, you would not be able to tell this is Young Thug. You would think this is Thug. It was fucking nuts. That was a good point.
Yeah, but
You get a point for that.
What was it? I'll go from there.
But other than that, I don't really just listen to the same shit for real. I just love listening to Dawn Tyler. Dearborn still. Who else? Yeah, that's what it is. Oh, I lied. I listened to that you put in the group. That Shmino mixtape joint thing.
How did you like it?
I think it's 10 out of 10.
Fantastic.
It's
I
great.
like Shmino.
It's fucking great.
I would listen to it when I
It
leave
went
here.
crazy.
I'll
Really,
plan it
that
out.
first song, it was.
You solid.
Like, yeah.
I fucking love the Clink remix with T-Pain. I
Yeah,
think it's
it's
the
great.
best collaborate. Like
They're a match made in heaven.
they're the perfect match. They're the perfect duo.
That sound very
It's perfect.
I expect an album coming soon.
Same.
I haven't got any word, but
I feel like he has fun on it too.
Christopher, we expect an album coming soon.
I did like that.
His name is Christopher.
Yes, it is.
Who?
You know.
You guys buds?
No.
Hang out.
But no. But I do want to say what you said about Cardi. I want to touch on that because what's the last album he had? Dilate. That was it.
Dilate.
I like that album.
It
I like Dilate.
it was solid, but here's what I would say. I think that his features on some of the more
prominent.
More prominent artists have kind of swayed people's view of what he really is. I think that the features that he's on for these prominent artists have served him more than they've served those artists. I feel like they figured out how to use him better than he has, if that makes sense. So like, I feel like he should have. Maybe not he should, but I feel like he should explore trying to go a different way with his sound. Maybe explore like kind of like the type of music that Tyler makes or like Solange makes to go along with his voice. Like he's not known for lyrics. A lot of like everyone says that like he's able to use his voice as like a more of a complementary instrument in a way. I feel like he should try to go along.
Exactly as you use on Solange and Tyler.
Yeah, and it hits. And I feel like that's what he should try to. At least just experiment with it a little bit and see if it works that way.
But how long, if he were to do that, how long do you think he'd last?
A long time.
If it hits,
a long time. Thugs doing it. Thugs figured it out.
If it hits,
Thugs figured it out and got better at rapping at the same time.
Here's the thing. Even in his other songs like Dalit, here's my thing with Dalit. One, almost all of the beats are the same tempo and cadence. Almost
Pierre is over.
Almost every single one is almost the exact same. And it's like it's not like he's saying a whole lot either. It's just like the type of music that it is. But he's still not rapping a lot. Like he's still doing the same thing. He's just using his voice as an instrument to complement those beats. Right.
But let's be okay. But the thing about Dalit too is that it's so heavy feature wise that if it was just him, it would be so just you be all right. Well, but he's got I think smart what he did. The feature he had made sense. You got
but I feel like he definitely can get features. We've seen that.
Definitely can.
He can get features and he can get on features.
So that's what I'm saying. It elevates him. Features that it helps him a lot. I think like well for me, I didn't really like him until we seen him at Astro. And I was like, oh, it makes sense. Like he's on that same like it's not like as aggressive as a Travis is, but you can see like he's for that mosh type event. Yeah. He's not the best. He's not the best. He definitely is. He's aggressive. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Honestly, I enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed it more than I thought I would.
Top performance.
I mean, if you expect him to go out there and rap it, he's not gonna do it because it's not gonna happen.
So Days in Vegas.
No, Astro.
I thought he was great.
I really enjoyed it because bro, you got to think like how do I explain this? Performance wise, the nigga he's not rapping it, but when he starts going through that catalog of shit that makes sense at a festival, you're like, oh, I went back and listened to Dalit again. I was like, you know what? It's pretty solid for what he is.
It's got some solid songs.
That's a good point, though. Going off there. Definitely shouldn't have been on there. Go ahead.
I feel like he's missing, like, it's like he's, like, seasoning on other things. There is, like, no meat. Like, he's missing,
you know
like,
what?
the core.
You know what? I'm not
like,
even mad at that. That's a good.
He's like missing a core or
like
a foundation.
Yeah, that's what you said.
He's missing substance, basically.
It's true. That's
he's
not
like
a bad.
Like the accessory to.
That's not a bad way to look at it, though.
Yeah, and that's why. Yeah, that's
not a bad way to look at it.
Maybe I said that because those other people make more conceptual, concentrated music. So maybe
but he makes sense on those in the way they use it. And maybe he just needs to be around them as far as mentoring. Like when he's making these albums, bring these niggas in.
I thought that's who was going to
bring Tyler in
when he was with them.
Also, you bring a Tyler in, you don't get annoyed with him because he's just gonna critique it until it's exactly what he thinks it sounds like, which is who would you bring in, that type of shit. Yeah, we kind of got off. Who's next?
I mean, I've been listening to that new Drake as well. Outside of that, I've really been listening to kind of the same thing. Somebody I did start listening to was Jordan Lucas, the ADHD. It's a pretty cool project. For just I've been listening to that. That's about it. Looking forward to this new music. It's about to come out these next 2 weeks.
That was my turn last. All right, for me. So if you know me, I'm one of those people that when people put me on music, I kind of like just look at it myself, like typing a lyric. But this girl put me on, and first off, I guess all my social media pages are really just music and me talking shit to my friends, so there's no in between really, and like showing Kane's love. So I've kind of got to a respect level with a lot of people that I follow, and this girl put me on this. I don't know if I want to call it album. You niggas, I've been bumping this shit every day. This 1988 knowledge, like instrumental, kind of like distorted of other sounds on this. It's just like I really like this shit, bro. There's so much shit I just started making breakfast when I'm not doing nothing. I was playing Madden. I was in my room just bored, just turn it on. When I couldn't sleep, just turn it on. It just rides. It's so smooth. Knowledge. It's everything. Apple Music, Spotify. It's called 1988, I think.
It's 1988. So
I don't know. They
What,
really
what, I,
survive.
what I would ask you, because I want to compare it to something. If it's like, it's not rap. It's not like rapping, but are there like some people rapping on some of it?
And it's distorted. Like every voice, I don't think one voice that's rapping on there is a voice. It's just like no. It's always got like an undertone to it, or it's distorted.
Did you ever listen to Sauce Malone?
Nah, you said it. Nah, I ain't listen to it. If it's like that,
It's more so like the sound might not be the same, but the concept is kind of the same. Where it's like a production. It almost comes across like a production in a way.
I'll listen to it. Cause if it's like that, I'll probably enjoy it a lot. I've only listened to this probably 3 times, and every time I listen to it all the way through. Like it's something good. It's just something good to listen to when you're just doing like anything, like even driving, like road trips or something. It's just so smoothly built. So shout out to Ogre that put me on. That shit was. I respect that when niggas put you on music. It's like when people add you on Facebook. You know how much respect niggas gotta have. You know how much respect niggas have to add you on Facebook. I think it's like so respectful when people add you on Facebook. Why? I don't even own fucking Facebook. And you respected me enough to add me on Facebook. I take that to heart and I appreciate it. Except for something you weird niggas. I fuck add me on Facebook. It's always niggas. It's weird. You know? Everybody stuff to listen to?
Nope.
Great. But I didn't say anything stupid because I was gonna be like, well, I do this every time. It happens every time. It's always one person. Usually it's crazy. I don't know why.
You don't respect me. That's what it is.
No, I have a lot of respect for you.
I don't.
So you get that hair put in, you don't disrespect me before I speak. Fair enough. Fair. That's fair. You got it. It's new hair. It's new. I do the same thing and my hair was cut. So same thing.
Breed.
Okay, guys. I have also been listening to Smino's mixtape Sad. If you haven't listened to the Clink remix on there, I think it's dope that he remixed his own.
Is that what you were listening to this morning? And I was like, why is this like a different like version? That was so hard. Yes. Is that the one with T-Pain on it?
Yes.
Yeah, it was stupid. I was playing Madden, but like I was like, this sound like Clink.
No, it's cool as fuck. Besides that, I have started listening to Sir, which I should have done way earlier because I saw him live a long time ago.
What's he know?
You guys on tour together?
No, that was on the TDE tour.
Did we go to Christmas before? Because he was with Smino at the Christmas. Remember?
Sir was there?
Yeah.
That's
he opened for him.
For real?
Yeah.
Is Sir like not a... I thought he's pretty high up there to be open for somebody.
I know
a lot of people listen to him.
This is like a weird... Like,
for real?
I don't think that's correct.
That's a good gig.
You don't think it's correct?
I don't think that's correct.
Because he wasn't there?
Yeah, I like Sir. I haven't tapped in yet.
What I was gonna say was...
I have actual video evidence of
Let
this.
me ask you, Bree. Do you feel Sir? Is Sir
You
like...
were there.
It's sort of like in the lane with like a Brent. I feel like they're kind of like in the same room.
No.
I
would say closer to like Absol. Or
really?
He's more traditional.
Yeah, he's more just traditional R&B.
But does it have like that TDE sound to it?
Kind of.
If TDE had an R&B sound,
yeah,
that's what
he is. It's kind of hard.
It's like melodic. It's like smooth R&B.
I've always been on the fence about him.
Oh, I have too.
We seen him live, and he is.
That helped. We talked about that. The elevates where it does. Really, I'm sorry.
Okay, anyways, I've been listening to Chasing Summer, which I think is perfect sound for the summer. It's great. Mm-hmm. But John Redcorn on that album.
Sorry.
I don't want the song John Redcorn is beautiful.
That's a beautiful track.
It's amazing. I've listened to this song about 70 times this week.
I mean, the show.
It literally is on repeat every fucking day. It's perfect. It's soothing. It's relaxing. He sounds like an angel. Listen to it. If you don't listen to the whole entire thing, just listen to Hair Down and John Redcorn and chill in your Bible. It's great. I hate to say it's a vibe. I hate when people describe things. It's a vibe, but it's actually a vibe.
You Can't Save Me on it too. That's a great song.
I'm listening to it. What this like a new like it just came out type thing or?
I'm pretty sure it just came out.
Well, that's me on first. That Clink earlier. I was listening, bro. I got my own music.
Yeah, 2019. So it's not.
That's not too. That's newish. That's newish.
Relatively.
And I would say that we didn't say this, but let me pay homage to what Beyonce did. Well, I heard this yesterday. Megan Thee Savage remix drops with Beyonce on it. I ain't know. It's just so fire. So fire of a whole 2 verses and ad-libs that you got out of Beyonce.
She did a lot.
Let's not forget to acknowledge that Beehive, I'm with y'all with this one. Outside of that, not with y'all. But
this one, I'm with y'all. That shit was fire. Don't care what nobody says. If you think otherwise, you just woke up to hate this one. Yep, pretty much.
Shit, they jump on that.
So, just continue on with the quarantine series. Actually, to bring it to an end because we're done with it now. I just want everybody to go around and just give a little bit of a reason why you think people should give us Patreon income and flow. Just so everybody knows how we feel about it, how important it is.
Okay.
Yeah, you're making that face, bro. I was just kidding. We're gonna do that.
I was gonna say, I got it.
Go ahead, Chris. Go first.
Because you niggas are millionaires and we're not.
Yeah.
There you go.
Bree, what you got?
I feel like you should support individuals that are doing something that they love, and we love music and love talking about music and sharing it with you guys. So,
Bree, you might have won. I don't know how many points like you got that one. Ray, what do you have to say? Why is it important to you?
Support black business. We're not necessarily a business, but we have something to bring. We highlight black talents, creators, different music, different genres. We really are. So I just
A lot of points going out right now at the end.
So, why not? What else are you supporting? Could be a lot of things, but why not support it? That is nice. $2.
30 is the minimum, anyways.
Just
Donations.
So I think that we really
I'm sorry, bro. The way you did that,
bro.
we really rise above. And not only do we rise above, but I feel like the amazing individuals that we are and the collaborative minds that we have, that we're able to deliver to you all is just, it's impeccable. And so with that, it's us. It's the genuine us.
very raw.
Very raw.
Yeah, you're getting a very not. There's nothing.
It's not rehearsed.
There's nothing shaded or
Censored.
censored about it. You go with your TI explanation.
But no, seriously, support us. Kind of, what they said. Be in your best interest.
Expeditiously.
Facts. Excuse me. Been drinking wine, so. Anyways, close out here. The best way I know how. Follow us, man. All social medias. You know what's going on. Twitter, Instagram. We on YouTube. We on Soundcloud. We on Apple Podcasts. All the podcast sites pretty much. Just show love, man. Like I said, we still growing with y'all. We appreciate the support so far. Support has been way more than I would have expected not even a year ago to where we are now. So that's what's up. $30 minimum donation is really what I want to stress. Not because we made that. That's what Patron made. So, anyways, we'll see you niggas next week.
All right.
Might switch it up. You never know.